Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining the National Lacrosse Association on this momentous day. But before we start, let's please have a moment of silence for the victims and families of 9/11.
They say lacrosse, how long? Get up, turn. That's good.
Yeah, good finish, good finish.
Play, baby. Wait a minute. Let's play.
And welcome back to the 2021 NLA Entry Draft. I'm your host, founder, and owner of the NLA, Arthur Johnson. All right, everybody, now is the time to introduce both head coaches of Marauders and Groove LC. First up, we're going to hear from Groove LC head coach, Trey Sherwood. Hey, Trey, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am the head coach of the Groove LC of the NLA. Was a 2-year starter at Western Connecticut State University at Attack. Prior to that, at Nassau Community College. Was a national runner-up twice. And then on top of that, was a member of the famed, along with my partner, Matt Casey, famed Sankofa Ambassadors in 2013.
Hey, Trey, man, thanks for that intro. It's an honor to have you coaching Groove LC. On behalf of the NLA, we wouldn't want nobody else. Next up, we have Matt Casey, head coach of Marauders LC. So, Matt, let the people know a little bit about yourself. Give them your resume. Give them your accolades.
What's up, y'all? It's Matt Casey here. Honored to be the first head coach in Marauders LC history. Just a little background about me. Grew up in Syracuse, New York. I started playing lacrosse pretty late, not until my junior year of high school, but fortunately went on to play at Ithaca College. Was a first team All-American there, player of the year in my conference. And then, finished up my playing career with a 9-year MLL career that was capstoned by 2 MLL championships in 2011 with the Boston Cannons, and then 2013 with the Chesapeake Bayhawks. I'm very honored, very proud to be a part of the NLA. Can't wait to get this thing started.
All right, everybody, this is how this is going to go. Matt Casey won a coin toss earlier in the year, and the Marauders LC hold the number 1 pick. So, Matt, Marauders LC, who's the number 1 pick?
In the first inaugural NLA draft, the Marauders take Desi Gonzalez out of Limestone University.
Okay. So, Coach, what prompted you to pick Desi #1 overall?
Dude's a straight bucket. I've seen him play a few times. Most recently, a year before COVID, in a Heritage Cup with Team Puerto Rico. And I was so impressed. I didn't really know the guy, but I was impressed by his stick skills, his ability to get his shot off, and obviously his finishing ability. And that's basically Marauders lacrosse. You know, play fast and put the ball in the back of the net.
Okay. All right. So, Groove, you're up.
With the second overall pick in the NLA draft, the Groove LC selects Randy the Wizard Belton out of Baltimore, Maryland.
Ooh. Okay. So, there's gonna be some talks and some murmurs, right? They're gonna say you got your guy. Tell me something about this guy, because this guy has been tearing up the semi-pro circuit. He's been tearing it up for a long time, and he is a legend.
I've been following Randy for years. I think it'll actually be close to 6 or 7 years that I've been following him online, IG, and I'm very impressed with him, not only as a player, but also as a coach and a leader of his own high school program, which I could definitely share in that sentiment. But he's a guy that's going to be able to control things for us and be a coach on the field, in addition to being absolute magician with the ball. So I'm excited about what he's going to bring to the organization and hopefully be able to pass some of those traits down to some of the younger players.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. So go ahead, Casey. You're up with your second pick, the #3 overall pick.
We have the #3 pick in the NLA draft. The Marauders select the lefty, Jordan Williams.
Okay.
Hempstead.
Let's go.
4th overall pick in the NLA draft, the Groove LC selects Channing Thomas.
It's a big board, man. It's a big board.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so to counteract that 4th pick, that was an amazing 4th pick by the Groove. With the 5th overall pick, the Marauders are gonna take, definitely gonna take Miles Cohen, lefty defenseman.
Now, this guy is one of the other studs. Like, tell me something about Miles, just his pedigree. Can you speak to his pedigree?
Listen, Miles is a fitness fanatic. I mean, me and Miles linked up a few years back when I was given the keys to the U.S. Virgin Islands ship, and we tried to raise awareness that there was a U.S. Virgin Islands national team by putting, a group of talented players together to play in the Heritage Cup, which actually never happened because of COVID. But Miles was one of the first people I reached out to. And, we were looking for, obviously great lacrosse players, but high character guys. And, Miles is one of those people. So it was only right that if I had to draft somebody, it'd be Miles.
All right, you're up, Troy.
Okay, with the 6th overall pick in the NLA draft, the Groove LC selects Drew Jenkins out of Syracuse University.
This is one of the picks that is going to have everybody going crazy. Drew Jenkins has a very compelling story about his situation at Syracuse University. He followed in his father's footsteps. He's a member of the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. And this is a redeeming moment so we can really showcase where his playing level was, which got him into Syracuse. Can you talk a little bit about Drew for us right quick?
I definitely identify with Drew, given my circumstances, my collegiate career. Sort of mirrors him, although I played attack and I had my opportunity to start where I played at Western Connecticut. I looked at Drew as he was coming through Syracuse, and I said, this is a kid that should have the opportunity to play offense more and be able to showcase the diversity in his game. He's a dynamic athlete, and I think he brings a lot to the table. You utilize him in so many different ways, and I'm looking forward to him being able to showcase that and really show people that he is worth his weight on that field. And then he has a passion for music like I do. He has a passion. We both love some music, love some 80s R&B, soul, and classic hip hop. So I'm looking forward to meeting the brother.
Okay. All right. Solid. All right. You're up now, Casey.
Yeah, Drew's a great kid. So with the 7th overall pick in the NLA draft, the Marauders select personal friend of mine, Sean Church, out of OCC and Salisbury University.
Now, Sean
Hill City, Long Island.
Sean is one of those guys where Sean has 4 national championships.
Mm-hmm.
Sean has 4 national championships. This is a guy who is, again, a cut off the cloth of where I feel like a Drew Jenkins is at. Like, he handled his weight, but again, didn't get the opportunity, didn't get the recognition that he deserved. So, give us a little bit, a quick tidbit about Sean Church.
Listen, I can tell you a million things about Sean Church, and they're always positive because that's just the energy he brings. I mean, I was fortunate enough to meet Church over a decade ago, maybe closer to 15 years ago, back in Syracuse in his OCC days. He befriended some of our close friends, and it became a thing. And I've seen him grow as a player and as a man over the course of these last 15 years. And with his Mud Academy, with Sweet Lags, with everything that he does, it's always positive and it's always a contagious energy. And again, another person that's he's a born winner. Like you said, four years in college, 4 straight national championships. So who wouldn't want to have him on your team, All
right. With the 8th overall pick in the NLA draft, the Groove LC selects Roland Epps out of Baltimore, Maryland.
You're up now, Casey.
With the 9th overall pick in the NLA draft, the Marauders select CJ Fleming.
You're up now, Sherwood.
With the 10th overall pick in the NLA draft, the Groove LC selects goalie Oscar Cifuentes.
All right, Casey, here we go.
With the 11th overall pick in the NLA draft, the Marauders select Matthew Valdez.
That's the depot out of the NJIT, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're up now, Troy.
With the 12th pick in the NLA draft, the Groove LC selects Croy Arnold. And
I was taking up all the polls. I forced his hand.
And he's also a face-off guy.
Oh, shoot. I didn't know that one. Maybe I didn't force it. Hold on.
All right, so you're up now, Casey.
Where we? Oh, Croy. With the 13th overall pick in the NLA draft, the Marauders select Jason Tebow, another upstate guy.
He can light it up, too. I know that.
You're up now, Troy.
With the 14th overall pick in the NLA draft, the Groove LC selects sniper Brendan Murphy.
All right, so we got number 15th overall pick in the NLA draft. The Marauders select another lefty, Henry Chapman.
Okay. All right, Trey, you're up.
With the 16th overall pick in the NLA draft, the Groove LC selects Khalil Lindsay.
With the 17th overall pick in the NLA draft, the Marauders select Jamar Peet.
With the 18th pick in the overall draft, the Groove LC selects LaRon Hinton.
That boy fast.
He ran a 4.49 40. He's a product of the University of DC, which is another HBCU lacrosse team that's coming out of the NCAA under Roger Colbert. And he led his team in goals. He was top 3 in goals and assists with his team. Tell me a little bit something about this kid that really just sparked you.
Well, the speed for one, and then the leadership qualities he already possesses, being able to lead his team the way he did. We talk about redemption. We talk about somebody taking notice. I mean, you have very few athletes in the PLL, no disrespect, but you have very few athletes that have his capabilities that are playing at that level. So for him to get this opportunity to showcase his talent, I think would be tremendous. And the fact that we can utilize him in various ways will be to our advantage.
All right. So with the number 19 pick in the NLA draft, the Marauders take Kier A. Johnson.
This is the first Hampton guy off the board playing professional lacrosse.
Not the first HBCU though, but the first.
Not the first HBCU, but the first Hampton guy off the board. This is good. We got HBCU guys now playing professional lacrosse. This is heavy. This is getting heavier. Very heavy. So now you're up at 20 now.
With the 20th overall pick in the NLA draft, the Groove LC selects Devin Maxwell.
Now this is, I feel like this is one of the hybrids that people do not know about. He's LA born and raised. Mm-hmm. He is the first true guy from Cali that is doing this thing. So I feel like that was a good pickup. With these guys flying off the board where they're flying off the board at. You're up at 21, Casey.
All right. Number 21 overall pick in the NLA draft. The Marauders take another upstate guy out of FM, Clay Arnold, and another lefty.
Mm-hmm. You gotta stock up on them commodities.
All right, you're up at 22.
Okay, with the 22nd overall pick in the NLA draft, the Groove LC selects Christopher Williams, D-Midi, 6'3", tall, rangy, love it.
All right, with the 23rd pick in the NLA draft, the Marauders select the goalie, Kevin Mondi.
I was definitely trying to get him. I was gonna try to get both Cifuentes
and again, Monday, another kid that's a product out of Hampton University, a testament to Coach Carter and what he started and what he built when he laid the foundation. This is one of his guys. He's another one of his guys. So Marauders is loading up with the Hampton guys. That's something that's to be said. Maybe we'll see some Hampton guys go in some later rounds.
Okay, with the 24th overall pick in the NLA draft, the Groove selects Billy Wynn.
Okay. All right, you're up now, Casey.
All right, with the 25th pick in the NLA draft and our last pick for our protected players, the Marauders select Toru Muramatsu.
6th overall pick and the final pick in the protected draft for the Groove LC, the Groove select attackman Charlie Frattini.
All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed yourself. That's going to conclude the protected portion of the 2021 NLA entry draft. I hope you're excited. And I know I am. Can't wait for July 2022 to watch this NLA professionals play. But we're not done. Each team has 10 more picks each. It's 20 guys. So you want to watch the release of all of these unprotected players? Head on over to our IG at NLA Pro and watch the releases. Please visit us on the web to check out our mission and to buy some cool Marauder and Groove swag. Peace.